really important because you can kind of now project further into the future and realize what's happening or what won't happen because of this one thing here. So Cedric Gordia was the first king. So that supposedly is supposed to be the king of Gordia, and now he's not. He's also not a great warrior. So whatever Zeal did is basically unraveled the entire time-space continuum. Magical artifact. Probably the Sunstone. So you don't even have to fight in the Stinking Forest if you don't want to. There's ways to get around everything. Again, I'll show you how to do it. So, like I said, it's a tongue-in-cheek kind of. I'm gonna save just in case. An Emerald Dream is the name of this chapter. And it's 1, 2, and 3. So, Snaking Forest. So this guy over here, not this one, but the second one, has the answer. It's actually tongue-in-cheek, but it's built into the game lore, the game correctly in terms of. So yeah, here's the tip. The Reptites talked about a weapon that can kill in one hit. It's very rare C, as in rare the company, as in rare the gaming company. So what game did Rare work on where there was a weapon you could kill people in one hit? Well, that would be GoldenEye, vis-a-vis the Golden Gun. And how do you get the Golden Gun in GoldenEye? Oh, there's a C button command that you put in, and that command sequence is the way to get through Stinking Forest. I have no clue why I thought anybody but like crazy gamers like me that have played, have gamed for that long and have played GoldenEye and know that code would ever get it, but that's what it is. So the sequence is to go up first, right, down, right, up, and then now you'll go up again to go to the next place we're going to go to later, but since we're just trying to find this person, we're going to go to the left. Of course, there are some other places where there's some NPCs to talk to, Oh, there's two guys over here to talk to. And in some cases, you'll actually end up just being taken out of the forest entirely, or sent back to some other place. I'm not gonna go try and find the other guys because it's annoying. So we're just gonna talk to these guys. And then we're gonna go over to the left. She says something else about, so she's up there spying on, Dinah Poulos. I get a silver earring, which increases your max HP, I believe. And a hoarfrost. Yeah, you get it from this guy. So basically, we have another hoarfrost now we can sell. To be honest, I think probably equipping the silver earring might be a good idea at this point. And with that, you might be able to actually, and with that and the increased defense, you might actually be able to survive against some enemies using Marl. Of course, like I said, the thing would be so freaking long. And it really doesn't matter though, too, because at this point, and you basically do nothing with Marl except for this thing, and then you go back to Dinah Poulos and get captured, basically. Well, I shouldn't say that. You can fight in Dinah Poulos, but again, you're fighting lots of enemies, and Marl's pretty freaking weak. If you were doing this on a New Game Plus that you got pretty high level on, then you probably could take on Dinah Poulos and not have to worry about it. So yeah, I'm going to go find that magic portal, which obviously is a time gate. So we will be back here eventually. I think what happens is we do come back here, and well, you'll find out why we come back to this particular time period. I think it's either in Luck and Robo's thing, or it's during Chrono Magus and Frogs and Glenn's thing. It is a doozy of a reason, though. Maybe it is. I mean, at first you kind of have to wrap your head around it, but it's logical because of exactly what happens coming up here. So I'm going to try and see if I can fight these guys or not. So if you talk to these guys before, they'll just tell you, no, go shove off. So yeah, 33 damage isn't that bad, really. Again, these guys have a lot of health, though, so what's this do to him? That's not too bad. Take 3 ices to kill him. Of course, these guys can use sleep bombs. Might be fun just to confuse that. Well, technically the Hoarfrost I think can confuse. I'm not entirely... Maybe I was using the Fey bow, Fey arrow. I'm not sure anymore. That must have been the Fey arrow. Those guys regularly... And just, it does drain your health quite a bit. I mean, because he regularly attacks you. Every couple of seconds of that attack, but I mean it's not unbearably hard to manage it, unless you know get put to sleep by this guy. Then maybe if it's at just the wrong time and you can't revive yourself fast, you can't wake up fast enough, or that one attack would take you out. Okay, so he's gone. Now we can focus on this guy. Not sure how much health these guys have. Because you don't fight them when you would have the sight scope, or maybe you would if you took it off a looka. So these guys take less damage from... Oh. Yeah, never mind. We're getting out of here. So I'm not going to be able to fight. against this guy who's going to throw me around to do that much damage. Well, he put up a good half a fight. Didn't waste too many items, so I'm not too worried about it. So it is possible that you probably could fight with Marl if she was a little bit higher level, or if you did a New Game Plus. So here is Dinah Poulos. I don't think there's anything else around here to like look at or go to. It's actually on the I think this is on the continent that Medina eventually ends up on in the future. So, Dinah Poulos. Well, no, Crimp. Again, you can escape from every battle. And I would actually recommend it because there's no way you're going to win against these guys. There's one guy you can save. I forget what exactly it does, but I'd suggest you do it. So I think when you do this, it makes a difference later on when you probably come back here. I'm not sure which one's the right one. I remember that one of these goes to like this super hard boss, and if you do that, you kind of get stuck with that choice. So what I think we'll do is, I'm going to drop back out of here real quick. We're going to save again out here, so that if I have to come back and do that part again, we can. Of course, if we have to do that, we have to redo everything else after that, so that's kind of annoying. So I might have, if I have to do that, I'll come back and I'll play it while not recording. Oh wow, they don't actually come back after you. So, I guess once we trigger that event, they don't, doesn't happen again. That's kind of weird. Well, not really. It's not too strange. I mean, it makes some amount of sense. If they don't if they didn't reset the event flag after if you leave and come back in. So this is where, well actually no, there's an item here. There's also a save point. There's actually 3 Hoarfrosts. Oh crap. I thought there was maybe something down there. Yeah, here it is, this guy. There's also, I think there's also 2 items over here you can get. Once again, we're going to escape. There's no way we're gonna take on 4 Kilowallas with Marl. It's just impossible. So carry on hat or something, and then an elixir. So yeah, you do find another elixir. Okay, so that's a 3rd one. So that makes perfect sense then as to why I could sell it a bunch of times and not have to. Tainting your hallways. Alright, I think this is the final floor, yeah. So we just come up here and we grab this thing. I think this is a battle you can't win. I don't believe you can escape from this one, but it doesn't matter, yeah. You might as well just let him take you out. Although since we have the increased stuff now, it might be harder for them to do that very quickly. So I'm just gonna let them do me in here. Eventually they'll get around to killing me. I'm not gonna waste any time on it. Alright, there we go. I don't think anything happens if we do this a bunch of times. No. So when we can, I want to just take off whatever we can in terms of the better items. So what I'll do is we'll give her the silver earring, so it brings her health up. Reinforced with 2 layers. We'll do that and give her the force field. Then we'll give Robo the sight scope. So yeah, we're about 2 levels over where the game says we should be at right now. Because the game will level up the background characters to whatever the level is that it is for that particular section of the game. So Robo's 2 levels higher. That'll be helpful. Alright, so that's everything we need. We're obviously going to save on this one. And continue. Okay, it's a dash ring. So we've established now that we're in the future. That's a few things to get here. There's this, I think, a power tab here. A speed tab, no, that's what I thought it was at first. I think there's a chest around here somewhere as well. There's also a shop. Let's go ahead and sell that elixir. Then we're gonna buy... Oh, we're gonna definitely buy these. And we do still have enough for one of these too. So then we're gonna go and equip all that. Okay. Let's go ahead and sell this other stuff. Snipe shot. Alright, and then, I think this is a library. Or no, library is somewhere else. This guy can actually repair you, that's right. Or repair and heal you. And this middle one's where we talk to that guy. So it's time for another mind frack. Boom. So we are in the future. Again, well, we already anticipated we are in the future, but the boom part is the last part. So we know the reptiles are still around. And then there's the other thing. It's basically the human race has been extinct for hundreds of years. And the reptiles have still been around. So I think we can get some information from this. Or no, we can't, accept boxes in the way. Alright, so now we can leave. A couple things we can do first before we go to that factory. A couple domes we can visit. You can buy healing items here. Go pick up a couple more shelters. Definitely need some more revives. Fill back up on tonics. Grab a few more ethers and should be good. Of course, talking about Lucca. Since they think humans can't exist, they believe that she's a robot. So yeah, basically now the Reptites have their own force of time travelers that go back and try to prevent changes that would cause the Reptite uprising to not happen. So whatever Zeal did to keep him keep that happening, protect it from not being screwed with. Of course, this guy just has some basic stuff, just to clean our butt. Somewhere there's supposed to be a library in this area, I thought. Maybe not. So, here's the factory. Actually, let's get back out real quick. I want to save. So the first time I got into a battle here last time, I totally got owned. We shall see what happens. Teleporter activated. So there's some alkalines and acids over here to fight first. And literally that's all you have to do. Maybe that's what I use to like totally gin up their levels. It's just doing that constantly. 3000 G, nice. That's like what, 600 health? Or experience?